Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nufar Morali. I'm a 22 years young transgender woman from Tel Aviv, Israel, and I make mostly transgender related content here on my YouTube channel. So if that's something that's interesting to you, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get right into today's video. Welcome back everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about things that I did not expect HRT to change. And if you don't know what HRT means, it stands for hormone replacement therapy, and this is a treatment that trans people like me often get to match better their physical body to their desired gender. So I got this treatment, I'm still on it since I was 17, currently I'm 22, and this is something that for most of the trans people I would say is essential to feel complete with ourselves. So in my case, I'm taking estrogen and testosterone blocker, which my body produced naturally to prevent myself from getting manly and instead looking and feeling feminine with the help of the female hormone estrogen. So this is what HRT means for some of you who don't know, but today I'm going to share with you the things that I did not expect HRT to change, because I feel like this video is very essential for those trans people in the beginning of their transition who doesn't have too much hope about HRT. I was one of those too. I never thought that HRT could change so much, so I just wanted to shed some light on this topic and to hopefully make someone out there to feel more good and to be positive about that, because HRT really does a lot. So let me start from the first and most obvious thing that I didn't expect HRT to change, and that is my boobs. Because of course that HRT changes your boobs. Every person that will take the female hormone will get some kind of a breast development, even if it's the smallest one. And to be honest, before I started hormones, I thought that I wanted even smaller breasts than what I have now, but I got bigger, so you know, bigger is always better. I never thought that HRT could really do what it did to me, because I have my boobs just like I went to get breast augmentation. They're so big, and it's not like to brag or anything on the internet, but it just to show some trans people that haven't started hormones yet that everything is possible, and it really shows that it all comes down to genetics and many other factors that can just surprise you from your DNA or your ancestors, or I don't know. For me personally, they have big boobs in my family, so I was blessed as well. So I really didn't expect that I would get such an amazing breast growth only from HRT, to the point that I don't even think about getting breast augmentation. So that's just mind-blowing. Now, the second thing that I didn't expect HRT to change is kind of weird, because it's not common at all. So I started HRT at age 17, and usually when you start taking estrogen you stop to grow in height, but I know it's not that accurate, but because I started at 17 and I already was 181 centimeters when I started HRT, I still gained some height after I started. Like now I am 184 centimeters, so I grew in 3 centimeters. And for whoever doesn't know like the measurements of centimeters, 184 centimeters means 6'1". So that's my height. I know I'm very tall, but I got even taller after I started estrogen, which was very weird to me. At the beginning I felt very dysphoric about it and literally cried full nights and days just because I was so tall and I didn't feel good about it. I wanted to be short because I always thought that being shorter is more feminine, but of course it's not true because I can literally walk the runway, and like, thank you jeans for being that tall. But anyways, yeah, I didn't expect HRT to change my height, I guess. So that's on that. But the third thing that I didn't expect HRT to change is my voice. Now, I know it might sound weird, but please bear with me and listen, because my voice, like before I started taking HRT, I put this right now.
תאהבו את האחרים והאחרים יאהבו אתכם. כולנו בני אדם.
As you can hear, my voice has changed quite a lot, but it's also like voice training, but I really feel like it's also hormones. Because like if I try to speak in that voice that you heard right now, it's very hard for me, and I actually need to press my throat, like my voice box, so hard, and it actually hurts to speak in that old voice. So I don't know if it's like from training my voice so well, or that it's actually hormones that changed that, because I definitely feel that they did something to my voice. Like if I wouldn't take hormones and trained the same way with my voice that I did, I don't think that I would get the same results as I do now, if that makes sense. Another thing that I didn't expect HRT to change, and that's also kind of weird, but it's totally true, it's my bone structure. I know, it's crazy, right? Because literally before I started hormones, my bone structure, also in my body and also in my face, was totally different. You can see that in previous pictures in my transition timelines. I linked this right here on the screen. Yeah, my face structure actually changed, and not only the fat, also the bones, because like my face, if you can see, is like, I do have some quite sharp features, like I do have kind of a squarish jawline, and I do have like this kind of a bumpy nose, but it's kind of all got like female bone structure. I don't know how to say this, like I don't know how to even explain this in words, but it's not only the fat redistribution on my face, it's also like the bones, like I can swear by that, literally. And the most obvious one, I feel like, is my shoulders. I literally had before HRT a bone right here on the shoulder that goes up, just like, you know, those like jackets that have this thing here. So I had this bone right here that went like up, and I had shoulders, I can't even do it now, but I had shoulders like very high and like with a bone sticking up right here. And maybe it's because I was very thin too, but this bone just disappeared, like I can't even feel this now. Of course I can feel the bone in my shoulder, but I can't feel like something like it was before, if that makes any sense. So HRT literally changed my bone structure, as well as of course my hips, and they gotten widened, also the bones, and that's probably because I started HRT at 17, which the bone structure still develops, and currently I'm 22, so my body had few years to still like develop the bones differently. Still has, actually, because if I'm not wrong, it's until age 25 or 28, I can't remember. But yeah, I'm just saying like thank you estrogen and all of that. So yeah. So the fifth thing that I didn't expect HRT to change is also like kind of the last one, like the bone, but this one is very like important for me, so I wanted to give this its own stage, and this is my shoe size. Before I started hormones, my feet were very big, if I might say, but I think it was like size 11, if I'm not wrong, and now it's like it went size down, like it's 10 or 9.5, I'm not sure. My feet get so smaller, and I don't know if that's because maybe the testosterone testosterone made like the feet with more muscle or something like that, although I'm working out way more now than before I started hormones, but my foot size has definitely decreased, and that's amazing because I can find shoes more easily. Like, of course my feet are not small because I am 184 centimeters, so it is very tall, so as expected all my body is big too, like my hands and my feet. So to know that they did change size, it's very great and gender affirming. And the last thing that I did not expect HRT to change is the body hair and facial hair at particular, because before I started hormones I had like this I had a few hairs right here. I didn't have a full beard or mustache or anything like that, but I had like some few hairs that I needed to laser off at the salon, and until I started hormones I needed to still keep with my laser treatments on my face, but as soon as I started them, like let's say a year after, I started to notice that my facial hair just doesn't grow anymore, or if it is, it's only like these blonde tiny hairs that all females have. So I really didn't expect hormones to really like stop my facial hair from growing, because I always heard on YouTube and everyone that's saying that hormones only can decrease the growth phase, like it can only make the hair grow like slower, but not really just stop it from growing. So in my case, my hair just stopped growing, so that's a blessing and that's great, of course. I didn't expect that actually, because I always heard that it only like makes your hair grow much slower but not stop it. And also for my body, HRT really slowed down all the hair growth and made everything much more thin and delicate. So that was the things that I did not expect HRT to change before I started it, and I'd say that the most wild one is my breasts, my biggest asset. Just kidding, but really it is the breasts in my opinion, because this is the biggest surprise in my transition. Yeah, physically it's my breasts, definitely. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much. Have a great week, great evening and great morning. Bye guys, love you.